What's up, guys? Welcome to your Bitcoin update. As you guys know, I've been having problems with my computer. I think I got everything squared away. Might still get a little lag here and there, but it should be taken care of for the most part. So I wanted to get into what's going on. This is the smaller time frame. We're going to take a look at the smaller time frame, then we're going to look at the bigger picture. As you guys know, I think we're seeing a irregular correction. I've seen people say on Twitter that there's no such thing. Maybe they should study Elliott wave a little bit further. But anyways, let's take a look at what's going on. So if you look at this bottom trend line here, you know I've been looking at this as a possible head and shoulders. I'm still looking at that as a possibility here. And let's draw that in real quick. It would just be left shoulder, head, right shoulder, if this plays out. So if we break back above this 63,150 area, get support on the top of this wedge looking thing here, we could get up to that 65,000 and then come back down, and that would make for, I will show you what that would look like. And guys, if you're new to the channel, what I do here is explain what I'm seeing, show you how I'm reading the charts. Hopefully you learn from this and start reading charts on your own and start going off trading on your own. You should never trade off of anyone else's calls. I don't make calls. What I do is tell you what I see in the markets. It's up to you to make your own decisions. What I also don't do, I don't tell anyone to buy, don't tell anyone to sell, don't tell anyone when to long, don't tell anyone when to short. That is all up to you. I will tell you what I'm doing. But anyways, so looking at where we're at now, you can see this high volume node here. It's about 61,173. And if you zoom in here, before I do the measured move on that head and shoulders, you can see the EMAs are crossing bearish, but we need to watch. We had some fake outs right here, but this is looking pretty promising. We just got rejected off the 21 and the 55 EMA right here. If this next 4 hour closes below 61,150, actually it's gonna be a little bit lower than that. Let's say 61,050. If the next 4 hour closes, that's at about 4 hours and 15 minutes, closes below the 60,050 range, we're probably going to end up coming back down to these bottom ranges. If you look at this here, this is the neckline. If we take a measured move of that neckline, take a measured move of the head and shoulders, and the neckline here, that gets us down to the 48.7. Now, keep that number in your head. I'm going to show you some more things. So, also, if we break here, we could be looking at this as this shorter measured move here, just doing a measured move of this. Well, it's going to be a little bit longer than that. So, of this as a wedge. And if this is a wedge, this would be a A, B, and then we'd get a C down. And that would probably be somewhere over in this range if we did break, because we would have to go back up for another touch up here and down. That would get us right around the 53,000, 54,000 range. As you guys know, I've been looking for 51 to 53,000 for quite some time, and I'll go to that chart also and show you. But this is definitely a possibility here as a head and shoulders. We also have it drawn out right here with the blue line. I had the head and shoulders drawn on here on the daily. Same thing. 48.7 is that measured move that also lines up with coming back down to retest the bottom of this rising broadening wedge, and the 200 EMA is right here also. So keep an eye on that. If you watched my last video, I talked about this being a possible bearish hidden bullish divergence. We were getting a higher low here and a lower low here, which was hidden bullish divergence, but it does not seem to be playing out. And if you guys have watched my channel for a while, you'll remember the green line where I said I'd get bullish if the green line broke and bearish as long as we're under it. And the reason why I did not get bullish, I explained this the other day, because of these 5 waves down. And if you guys watched my previous videos in the past, right back here in May, we measured these moves before they even happened. This is 5 waves. 5 waves is not a correction. So what I do believe this is, and we'll be looking at the chart in a minute, is an irregular correction. And I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. I did want to point this out too. We had this funky looking head and shoulders here where the measured move perfectly played out to the 29,000. I did make a video like a day or two before that even broke calling that. So we could see the same thing here. Now it does not have to, because as you guys know, I'm looking for 5 waves down on this side. So we could get something similar to this. We get our breakdown here, get a bounce, retest, come down to that $48,000 range, come back up for a retest of the green line, which would be wave 2, and then we get wave 3. Then we get wave 3, then wave 4, then wave 5, and we'll take a look at those here in a minute. As you can see, if we start opening and closing more candles under this, a couple, I'd say 3 candles under this green trend line, then we're going to be bearish there. Definitely bearish if we break the bottom here of this neckline, which is around the 59.9, somewhere in that range. If that breaks, we'll probably get some support here on the 55 EMA, around the 56, maybe 57,000, depending on how long it takes to get here. And then we'll probably get a bounce from there and then turn around. But it does look like we could be getting a pretty big drop here, guys. So be cautious, be careful. But remember to watch these numbers here too. These are for confirmation. We get confirmation by a break of one of these trend lines. Also in the daily right now, we are looking at, we did get a bounce right perfectly off of the 21 EMA there. So keep that in mind, right around 60,480. So we'll have to see a break of that first before continuing down. But it does look like we are going to be getting that. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out PrimeXBT. By far my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you like all the other exchanges with the scam wicks. And you can go to my page, go to my YouTube channel, and right down here there's a PrimeXBT tutorial. It teaches you how to use my promo code SAVVY50. That'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus to use towards your margin. SAVVY25 will get you 25% off your fees. Definitely check it out. And here's why I made this a few weeks back when we broke this on the 21st, that I was looking for 51 to 53,000. And the reason I say 51 to 53,000 here on this move is because if we go into the smaller time frames, we get a little bit different measured move. This one's around, this is a 4 hour, around 52. If we go to the 1 hour, the 1 hour gets us same thing, right around that 52,000. So 51 to 53,000 was my target here. Still looking for that ever since we broke right here. So let's look at, go back into this. This is another thing we were talking about. If you guys know Coins Kid, we've been talking about this for a while. He has his trend line different and says we bounced off of it. His trend line was right here. I do not believe that's valid because of these breaks right here. There was actually 2 little breaks. But I guess you could watch that. But once we break that, that one's pretty much going to be validated. We're back below here. So this is looking pretty bearish. And if you'll notice, we are below that and also below the green trend line. That is bearish. We'll see how these candles close first. But now, this is the chart I've been talking about. You'll notice this is why I remained bearish. Although I thought the bounce was going to go to 52, maybe 55,000. Obviously, we went higher because I was looking for this to be an ABC. And it is an ABC, but it is overextended. does look like a bull trap. If we take this stuff off here real quick and just take a look on the daily, you can see these wicks up here above the old all-time high because everybody was rushing in to buy, thinking it was a breakout and going to continue up. They're all stuck right up here. That's why I think we could be done here and might not even see back up here for quite some time because these people will stay stuck up here. And put this back on there. So if you'll notice, it's 5 clear waves down. And we can look at this all the way into, I think I had a chart here. Maybe not. Oh, that is the chart. So you can even see these waves in the weekly. That's pretty crazy. You can see them perfectly in the weekly, obviously. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C, and looking for 5 waves down. Now, the best trade in this, if this happens, is we wait for this bounce. And also, if you'll notice, that 48.7 range also lines up with the 0.5 fib. So keep that in mind. But we get down to 1. We look for wave 2. That one, just like we did over here, that is the best wave to short. It is big money. I do have another promo code for you members. I will be throwing that out there in the next members video. I'll probably do one tomorrow. I've got some stuff to take care of in the morning. You guys, if you've been around a while, you know I'm starting some stuff, a business with some drones. So I got some stuff going on with that, some projects, some building inspections. But after that, I will be making a members video for you guys tomorrow. But anyways, looking at this, let's pull this up now so you know what I'm talking about. This is the 5 waves down, 3 waves up, 5 waves down. B wave broke the wave 5, which I believe this was here. And a C wave has to come down to at least 43.3, the 0.6 actually. Has to come down to at least the 44.6. But a break of that will confirm wave 3 is going to continue down. So these would have to be really short waves if this was going to end here like this. Let me put this on there. So this would have to be wave 1, wave 2, maybe wave 3 down here, wave 4, and then wave 5. So that is definitely a possibility. As you can see right here, it has to, the minimum is 61%. So that's my 61.8 right there. But it could still go much below A. And it says normally you can project the end of these 5 waves at 100 to 123% of this A wave. So could be down in this range. But there is no max limit. It could get much worse depending on what's going on in the markets at that time. So I do think this was a major fake out up here. My opinion, doesn't have to be yours. Like I said, I gave you some spots to watch. There was something else I wanted to show you guys, and I'm not finding it. Oh, yes. I told you to keep an eye on that same area, that 48.7, which would be the head and shoulders. Now I'm going to show you over here. 48.7 would be right around here. And if it was to come down and hit 48.7 right on this trend line, that would be around the 19th or 20th of this month, if it's going to play out like that. Now, the other thing you need to watch for is, I do think we're going to see that, most likely, going to come back down and retest this. And if that happens, watch for something like this to happen too. This might be the wave 2, all the way back up for a retest and then come back down. So something to keep an eye on. I don't think this is going to go straight down, plummet straight down, you know, crazy levels. But let's take a look at this rising, broadening wedge. If that was to happen and we break down over here, which, like I said, I think we're going to get a nice bounce there, and it probably will break down somewhere back over in this area, creating a bigger head and shoulders. But if it was to break here, that measured move is right down to about 22,000. The further up we go, so let's say it did do some bouncing around. Let's say we got a big bounce here to get everyone bullish again, and we made a left shoulder. That could get us down to, now that's going to make this a longer, I'm gonna make a whole new one. I'm gonna keep this one over here for this break. But that would make for a much longer, because you have to go from the top to the bottom of the wedge. And that would still get us right around 24,000 if it broke down over here in the end of this year. I know everybody's super bullish. It is possible that Bitcoin continues up. We do have a bullish look also, although I don't think that's going to happen. I will show you. If we get back up to this trend line, depending on if, when, and where, maybe 73,000. And we've talked about that. Right, let me go back over here. Where did I put that in at? Yeah, that was right here. And do I have it on here still? No. So let me draw that in, how we got that 74.5 to 75,000. Now this is the bullish case. And what it's looking at is this here being a fractal, this distribution phase. So let's draw that in there and we'll put it right over on this one. And it gets us up to about that 74.5. So that's the bullish case. And obviously, you know my bearish case. But I do not see it going to no 100,000. Maybe 75 in the bullish case. But I think that $100,000 Bitcoin is a little crazy. My opinion, doesn't have to be yours. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I will be doing a members video tomorrow. Make sure you have your notifications on because you have to be in there to win the $500 Prime XBT code. So also make sure you have a Prime account opened and ready when you watch to put the promo code in, because I'm probably going to throw it into the chat. The first person to get it in there and get it through their Prime is going to be the winner. We did that a couple times last time. It worked out pretty well. So I'm currently watching the start of the vid, but I hope you saw my message and that the PI cycle top is covered later. The PI cycle top, I had that over in this chart here. We used to keep an eye on that. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I'll put it on there. But yeah, right there. I don't know what you said about it. Let's see, where is it? Dennis S. Oh, I don't see it. So, anyways, that's what I'm looking at, guys. Be careful. Like I said, if it does get bullish, I still don't see any higher than that 75,000. But this is looking pretty promising here. We'll see what happens. Keep an eye on that green trend line. As you can see, we are back below it. Right here. We have to break this 21 EMA. If we break below that, we may bounce around on this trend line a little bit. But if this trend line breaks, if we break that 60,050 range, we're pretty much heading down pretty quickly to at least this 55.8 56,000 range. Maybe get a bounce back up to retest. We'll see how it plays out, see if there's a clear wave count or not. Let's get some fun tweets today. I'll hop with you right on. Yeah, I'll be tweeting a little bit when I get up. Like I said, I got some stuff to do in the morning. And probably going into the early afternoon. I'll try, if anything crazy is going on, I'll try to get in touch with you guys and do whatever. So thanks again for watching. I appreciate it. Oh, don't forget to check out my wife's webpage, anchorimage.com. The link's down below. Awesome gift ideas. Definitely check it out, guys. And there is also now, for anyone that has bought anything off there, there's also a section in there for I can't even think of what it's called. Reviews. So if you put one in there, she will email you a promo code for some discounts. So anyways, thanks a lot, guys. I'm out of here. Have a great night. I will see you guys tomorrow.